You currently locked in to season 3 of the Porch podcast. It's your boy, B. Jones, and you know when I'm pulling up to the porch, I can't pull up without my dog.
You heard what my guy just said, man. It's your boy, Big Smitty, a.k.a. D Nice, and this is the Porch podcast. Welcome.
Started on the porch, that was where it all began. Had to put in work, every day we got it in. We chased all our dreams and now they can't believe it. We make it look easy, we achieving everything we need. Now we undefeated.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, hold on. Before we even really get going, man, you came to the porch too clean right now. You got the fedora hat on. Talk to the fans right now, man, about the inspiration and what you wearing.
Man, you know what, man? You know what drew this inspiration for real? Future. I ain't gonna leave flex.
Future, huh?
Even though I'm over here looking like Anthony Hamilton, though, I ain't gonna be cap. I'm on that.
He flaming himself. I thought you was the Undertaker coming out here with the black hat.
Don't do it.
I ain't gonna do it. I had one in the chain right to let it off.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with the fedoras, man. You know, I was feeling about the right. I was like, man, this will be nice to put on. So
you know what's funny about the fedora, bro? Like every time you wear it, you have no choice, like subconsciously, to just do this. To swipe,
you gotta swipe the brim.
Swipe the brim, like you just have to do it. Like I'm gonna count how many times. I'm gonna start right now, so that's one. I'm gonna count how many times throughout today's show you swipe the brim. That's two. I'm just keep back in my head. Yeah, man. But how's everything? How your week been going so far, my guy?
Man, it's been good, man. God is good. You know, we always gonna pop up to the porch and thank God, man. So, you know, he's good. We heading into the weekend, so I'm just excited to get back into the weekend and kind of decompress, bro. So school is starting though. So shout out to everybody getting back to school, getting back into the grind, stay focused, you know what I mean? Stay consistent, you know, and it's gonna be that year gonna fly by. So I'm kind of just kids getting ready to go back to school. My sister getting ready going back to college. So yeah, things is moving, man. It's like we getting ready for the fall.
Sounds good, bro. Yeah, man. I talked to my little sister earlier today, and she was talking about how she's actually ready and excited to go back to school next week. And she's a sophomore in high school now, getting older. And I was talking to her, my mom. I'm like, listen, I wouldn't go back to school right now if you paid me. I'll be thinking back like to them classrooms, just even looking at pictures of the classroom. I'm like, man, I'm cool. I'm good. Like I paid my dues. Like even looking at the classroom just looks boring to me. It just looks like I'm just in here
writing papers, bro. Homework,
stuff bro, I don't care about.
I damn near, bro. Homework, bro. Bro, I used to do that shit in school
and just finish it as much as you could.
Just be done with it, bro. Like I used to be the one where we get a homework assignment and we'll have, maybe 10 minutes. Dead time before the period end. I'm damn near trying to do my homework right then and there.
Right.
I gotta do it at home.
Because once you get home, it's a wrap, huh? You on a video game with it?
No, not even a video game though. Just be chilling. Like I go to sleep after practice or something, go straight to sleep, wake up 12, 1 o'clock, got something to do, and you up, 12 o'clock in the morning, trying to do a project for the next day, bro. It's crazy, bro. Too much anxiety, bro.
Man, I already know, man. But shout out to the youngest, man. You make sure y'all stick in school because y'all haven't paid the dues that me and Bolo have already paid. So y'all got to finish up y'all school, stay focused, stay locked in, and do it right, man. So our partners at Bet Online continue to be the #1 source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find all the latest odds, news, and sports developments, including NBA Summer League, Major League Baseball, the latest fighting news, and even next season's early NFL futures. Head over to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BELIEVE. That's BLEAV, BELIEVE, to get the bonus and get into the action. Bet Online, where the game starts. Now back to the porch. But yeah, I'm having a good week as well, man. Our show was actually dark this week, so I'm off at my main job. So just been really appreciating the rest, and trying to just chill a little bit, get my body right. I went to go see a shout out to Jackie, the Muscle Whisperer. Look her up on IG, TikTok. My back has been hurting a lot, so I had to go to the Muscle Whisperer, and she got me right. I'm feeling a lot better. If you've never seen a Muscle Whisperer, she has a very unique technique in how she gets your back healthy and feeling good. Bolo, I know you remember getting scraped, right? Getting scraped in treatment. She scraped literally my entire like lower body, my IT band, my quad, my groin, my calf muscle, my feet got scraped.
Like a good pain.
Hip, it hurt at the time, but like you said, a good pain. You know, when I got done, though, it was like instant relief, just feeling loose. The blood flow was going through my legs. You know, that tightness was removed, and I was having low back pain, and she didn't even work on my back directly. She worked on the hip and the leg, and it relieved pain in the back. And it was just very interesting, man. She takes her time, and she really, truly does care. So shout out to the Muscle Whisperer, man. If y'all out in LA, hit her up. Even if you not, man, if you want to fly her out, get your body right, man. Hey, pull her up.
I'm just whispering at my muscles. The Muscle Whisperer.
I didn't know what you was doing. I thought you was flexing. I didn't know what he was doing.
Just now I was whispering to my muscles. That's crazy though, bro. Yeah. I ain't got scraped in a long time, bro. I'm telling you, I be going through pain right now, but I don't think I'm ready to get scraped, bro. Because
that thing screaming, Bolo. She wants you to let it out, though. She's like, don't hold it in, let it out. She's tough too. You know what I mean? Let it out.
You're screaming, bro.
Bro, screaming like a kid about to get a whooping. I'm telling you. So yeah, man. Bro. But man, hey, I'm excited though, man. It's almost like you said, it's almost fall, which means what? It's almost football season.
Oh, baby, you already know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're a couple weeks out. Hey, game time, August 19th, y'all. It's going down.
Ooh, LC. If you in that, pull up to the game, LC.
Going down.
I already know, man. I already know. So I want to start off here. So I sent you a post earlier this week that I saw somewhere online, and it was ranking the positions in football from, most difficult to easiest. So I thought it was pretty interesting. I've never really sat back and thought about the toughest positions and the easiest positions, things like that. So I want to start off the show just with our top 5 tough from most difficult to easiest positions, man. So I'm going to throw it to you. You want to go first, Bulldog? You want me to go? How you want to do this?
Kick it off. Let me kick it off.
Kick it off, man. Kick it off like a field goal kicker.
At number 1, this is my opinion because I've experienced the position. I've coached the position, and I got just a lot of admiration for people who play the position. So the first position is cornerback. I think that is the most difficult position to play in football, period. The ability to move backwards, the ability to be the most fluid on the field, the ability to be fast, to make tackles, you know what I mean? Play the ball in the air. You do a lot at that position, and you go against some of the best athletes in the world at that position. So cornerback is the first one. The second one, I got to go with the quarterback. Quarterback is just the head to the body. They run the show. If that person can't take the snap from under the center, then don't nothing move, don't nobody score, and people don't win games. So typically, when we're talking about a downfall to a team, is usually due to the quarterback, or the quarterback is the topic of conversation. So quarterback is number 2. Number 3 is offensive tackle. Offensive tackle is probably one of the hardest positions to play. Just seeing how experienced these DNs are, man, how elusive they are, how strong they are, how lean they are now, man. Like, it's just becoming more and more hard for these guys to, bend and be able to get out and obviously have power to block these guys on a bull rush, but also be limber too to, try to block these guys from, making moves and trying to get around you. So that's number 3. Number 4, I'm gonna go with safety. The safety position is probably important. If I would have had the safety up there with the corners, bro, but obviously the corners is kind of like they always kind of just in front of somebody, like kind of 7 yards. So the safety, they get a little bit more grace. So there's times where you can play in zones, you know what I mean, to cover things up. But there's times where you can play in man too, and you can play off. But there's times where they got to come down and play like a linebacker. You got to be smart at that position. Obviously, you got to move like a defensive back, like a corner, essentially, to be able to play the ball in the air. You know what I'm saying? And you also at a disadvantage playing, maybe 10 to 12 yards off the ball, and somebody running at you full speed. You got to react and play the ball in the air too. So the safety is definitely, the next hardest position. And then from there, I'm gonna just give you my last position that is the easiest position. And don't hate me, people, but I'm gonna go offensive guard, man. I'm gonna just say offensive guard because I've seen a lot of situations where offensive line group has been strong, and there has been situations where the guard hasn't been the greatest, or the guard is the weakest link. And I think you get a good tackle, a good center, you can easily cover up a guard in certain situations to make shit still flow, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go with the guard as number 5. Number 5 essentially. So
that's a strong list, man. It's a very strong list, and we have a lot of similarities specifically at the top. So I'm gonna tell you guys straight up, our number 1, number 2 are the exact same. So to me, the hardest position on the field, I agree with you, Bolo, is cornerback. I've always said that. Like you said, you have to be able to move backwards, watch the receiver's hips. You're going against arguably some of the most, if not the most athletic players on the field in their wide receiver, and they're going full speed forward. You know what I'm saying? You're going backwards, and having to, figure out and navigate through that is very difficult. Number 2, I got the quarterback. I mean, it's obvious reason. Quarterback, like you said, it's the leader of the offense. And in today's game, if you don't have a good quarterback, you more likely don't have a good team. So a lot of responsibility falls on the quarterback. A lot of stress falls into the quarterback. So much they have to be able to navigate. They have to understand the offense. Like, they have to know everybody's job pretty much on the offense. What side the protection is going on, each route of the receiver, the timing has to be right. They have to protect themselves and kind of watch the rush coming in. But at the same time, they still have to deliver a timely, good throw. You know what I'm saying? So much to do. The quarterback could have very easily probably been at number 1. I just think the cornerback has so much to do physically and athletically that it's hard to just put that quarterback in front of them. But number 3, this is where we start, to differ a little bit. I have the centers at number 3. And let me explain why. Obviously, I'm a D lineman, so I played against centers, guards, all the O-line. And I just think the center has a tough job. Not only do I have to snap the ball, whether it's right under center, whether it's shotgun. First of all, just delivering a good snap is not as easy as what y'all think. A lot of people can't just do that. Just make that clear. A good snap to the quarterback. Then they have to immediately, once they snap, bring that hand back up and block a 6 foot, 6'2", whatever, 300-something pound defensive tackle, a D lineman, linebackers doing a cross blitz, like whatever the case is, they have to immediately be going to their blocking zone. They also have to call out the blitzes. The center is the one who's pointing, letting us know, the mic is high, where the blitz is coming in. A lot of times, if protection is getting switched, if the quarterback's not the guy who's calling it, the center will call it. You know what I'm saying? So center has to be very smart in understanding. Like, I feel like the center is like the QB of the offensive line. You know what I'm saying? It's that leader. And then there's times too where the center will snap and have to pull. And you got to think about that. You're snapping the ball, taking that side step, and now you're pulling around, lead blocking that's a lot. That's a lot. So I got to give centers love for that. Number 4, I'm going with middle linebacker. Now, some people might hear that and be like, listen, a middle linebacker, you just stumping. You just running around hitting. That's part of it. But the great middle linebackers have to be very smart. They have to understand the entire complex of the defense. They have to understand the offense, the blocking scene. They have to be able to read and kind of play chess with the quarterback. They have to be able to cover the field from sideline to sideline. They have to sometimes pick up the tight end or pick up that inside receiver, you know what I'm saying? And whether it's in the zone scheme or what have you. So I think that middle linebacker has, again, the middle linebacker is, to me, like the quarterback in a sense of the defense. They have to be that leader. And not to mention just the intangible stuff that most linebackers have to do in terms of just leadership, keeping everybody locked in, setting the tone. And then obviously, middle linebacker, you better be physical. You know what I mean? So it's hard to be able to wake up every week and know that we're depending on you to be that thumper. You have to bring it every single time. And so let's be real, Bolo. We both played the game. Sometimes you ain't always in that mood to be thumping every single time. So that's tough.
You better feel like it.
You better feel like it.
Regardless.
Exactly. 100%, man. And then my 5th one on this list, so obviously, just real quick, we're obviously not going through every single position. This is just the top 5. So my 5th one on this list will actually be offensive tackle, specifically left tackle. Like you said, they're going against these freaks at defensive end. I mean, I feel like the defensive end position, Bolo, continues to get more and more and more athletic, like every single
Absolutely,
year.
bro.
It's crazy. It's almost like a defensive end nowadays is like a receiver mixed with a linebacker, mixed with a D line, like because they're physical with their hands, like a D tackle, but they have the speed, 4.5, 4.4 of like a big receiver.
They running 4.4s, 4.5s, bro.
But then they're lean like an outside linebacker, so they're coming up in 2-point stands, 3-point stands. They're 9 technique, 7 technique, 5. Like there's so much they're doing. The opposite tackle, just like you don't know if they're coming with speed to power, straight speed, straight power, spin move. They're doing a stunt. They don't know what's going on. So after a while, as an offensive tackle, you start guessing and tricking it, and it could be a long game for you. So left tackle is definitely a difficult position.
That's why they get paid that bread.
And do get paid that bread for sure. But the reason that I had the centers actually as a harder position than them, I just think the centers have more from a mental standpoint that they have to do. And then from a responsibility standpoint, again, the play starts with the snap of the ball. As much as we try to belittle it and we just assume that's going to be a good snap, you can't assume that. Like, there's been multiple times where there's been bad snaps and it leads to chaos. A bad snap leads to chaos. Turnovers, you lose 10, 15, 20 yards. Chaos. They got to say it like that. Chaos. So that's my 5 right there, man. So
That's wild. That's wild. The center, that caught me by surprise, but that explanation does make sense. Like, you gotta, and if anything, like the ball don't move unless the center snaps.
100%, man. 100%. The one on your list that kind of caught me by surprise, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't think safety was gonna be on your top 5. I ain't gonna lie. And I'm not saying it's an easy position, but there are some plays where y'all ain't got no action. Like, I feel like safety, y'all get breaks.
That's very true. But I think also too, like when things get to moving though,
it's moving.
It could be anything though. It could be I got to stick the tight end, or I got to stick this receiver in a slot that's moving, or I got to come downhill, make a tackle, and feel like a linebacker. So you got a lot of duties that you do. And obviously there are certain situations where you may not get no love. That's if you got good D linemen and good linebackers and taking care of things up front. It does make it easier for the safeties. But when things get to moving, though, when you think about Troy Polamalu, you think about Brian Dawkins, you think about Sean Taylor, you think about, all of these guys, man, that changed the game back there, bro. They did a lot. So
yeah,
I'm definitely keeping the safeties in that top 5.
I definitely respect that, man. And I want to shout out to my defensive tackles out there. I'm a former D tackle. I had to be real though. I couldn't put us in the top 5 most difficult positions for sure. I will say this is a separate conversation. If we were having like top 5 most physical positions on the field, then
it has to be the trenches.
It's a car collision every single play. We get no breaks. I don't care what's going on anywhere else on the field. In the trenches, it's a play within the play. You're going to have a bang every single play. If you win the game for 75 plays, it's 75 collisions.
Like y'all taking the playoff gets exposed, like it gets maximized because you're going to get your ass thrown out the club.
You getting hurt, you getting pancake, coach going to rewind it. You see the mistake right here you did, Darnell? Come on, man. This cannot happen. This cannot happen. Not on the inside. You're in the inside. You have to hold the A gap. And you're getting tossed out the club. You're all the way by the stage. You're by Bolo right now. You in the film room looking like this. Just
you gotta have some tough skin in them meetings, boy.
Boy, hey, hold on real quick. Ain't nothing like watching film. Like you about to watch film and you know that bad play is coming up.
You're like, oh shit, here it comes. Toes, girl. It's been so many times where we didn't broke it down before. I done had a couple bad plays. I'm like, hell yeah. We ain't got to watch it. I know you watched it, but just watching it in the group and in the meetings just hit a little different.
Y'all, your homies looking at now they flaming you and stuff later. Yeah. Now your backup think he got a chance. Nah, bro.
He got a chance. Nah, for real. That's funny.
Nah, man. Nah, 100%, man. So, but let's move forward to our hot NFL topics. There's been a lot going on in the NFL. Going into camp. One of the hottest topics going on right now is Kyler Murray. If you guys haven't heard, you guys have been living under a rock. Kyler Murray just signed for a huge contract, $230.5 million, big money. But here's the kicker. It has an addendum within his contract that states he must study for at least 4 hours each week in preparation for the games. this got leaked out. You know, the media has been going crazy over it. I actually saw Kyler Murray today actually kind of defended himself. He spoke up in the presser. He was like, listen, I usually don't do this, but I feel like I have to speak up and kind of basically defend myself. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go over some of my accomplishments. He said, and some of my numbers might be a little off, but he said in high school I think he said 40 something and 0, 43 and 0. He was like, now some of you guys might say, oh, it's just high school, but no one else did it. And that was in Texas. So, okay. He said, college, I won Heisman. He said, then NFL, I get drafted number 1 overall. And I got drafted number 9 overall in that same draft to the MLB. He said, I was Offensive Rookie of the Year, 2-time Pro Bowler. So for you to accomplish all those things, you had to put in that work. And I loved, I got fired up. Because sometimes, bro, you just got to talk your talk and let them know. But I want to ask you, though, before we get going too much on that, what's your opinion? What's your thoughts when you saw that addendum that said, you know, he has to study 4 hours each week? Because some people were taking it like, if you have to put that within the contract, he must not be working. He must not be studying film. So, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I'm a little bit on the opposite side, man. Surprisingly, so what I'm thinking, obviously for me, obviously you getting the bread. Congratulations. By them putting it in there and making it known, it is also a slap in the face. Mm-hmm. Obviously to Kyler Murray, but at the same time, they not putting it in there if they didn't see something that they think he didn't need to improve on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying they're not saying that he didn't do it. Like he's been to 2 Pro Bowls for a reason. But it's like in order to get to that next step, right? Your athleticism and what you do now is only gonna get us so far. So we need you to do a little bit more. So if you're watching 2 hours, you know, now it got to be 4. You know what I'm saying? Just to try to get you to get to that other side. Because when you think about it, like when we talking about the most athletic quarterbacks and stuff, usually those aren't the ones to win the Super Bowl. It's the quarterbacks that sit in the pocket, that really understand the game, who really are in there hour and hour after whatever watching film. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Kyler Murray not doing that, but I just from the outside looking in, I just think those guys are really just in tune and just kind of live in the film room, bro. And I don't think, you know, the franchise was wrong for saying that, bro, because I mean, we paying you this money, we investing in you, so this is what we want.
Okay, that kind of shocked me. I didn't think that was gonna come from. So I actually disagree. So like I think their intentions are pure, of course. Like you want your guy to be fully invested and study, but like 4 hours. Like what is 4 hours? Who's to say? What if Kyler typically studies for 5 hours each week? Like what if this week? I just needed 2 hours to, like, to me, it's just weird to put in like a particular amount of hours to study film. Everybody studies differently. I just think everybody studies differently. Some people study slow. Some people watch film. They got to stay on the same play and watch it 13 times to fully at least understand or find something, where somebody else could watch the same play 5 times and find that same thing. But now you're making me I have to just do it just to do it. Because now what you don't want Kyrie to get to a point where he's just doing it because he literally has to. And now like it's at a point where like you could be in the film room, Bolo, and not be fully engaged.
Yeah.
You can say I'm watching film, I'm in here, but I'm not fully engaged. Like I want Kyler, I want my players, when they watch a film, I want it to be because they want to watch film and it's their rhythm. Everyone has their own routine and own style and own what some people like to eat chips and be kind of laid up watching film. Some people like to be with their teammates. Everybody got a different flow and different vibe. So to put such a structure on a grown man that y'all drafted number 1 overall, that y'all are deciding to pay $230.5 million to say you got to do this study, it's just kind of weird. It's kind of weird. And like I feel what Kyler said today, like. Look at my success. Like what have I done wrong? Even in the past season, he was on pace to be MVP and he got hurt.
Yeah.
So I just think,
bro, I get that.
Jump in.
I get that. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, bro, what they consider a success is Kyler Murray bringing Super Bowls. So until that happens, if I pay you this bread, this is what I need from you as well. Like you may be studying 10 hours a week, but at least the at least you're gonna do is every week. I don't care if we playing the worst team in the league. I need 4 hours.
But
Like,
Bolo, look, bro, only one quarterback win a Super Bowl every year. Only one quarterback wins it every single year. So like you have a much higher percentage chance that you're not going to win every single year than you are to win it. So like I just think we're in this microwave society where they want a Super Bowl in your second year and a third year, and they want it right now. That's just not realistic. I think Joe Burrow messed it up.
Get better though. How can he get better though? I think that's a form of him getting better. Like I know he's had so much success on all of these levels, but now he in the league, like it's okay for him to accept some criticism in that type of way for him to be better. Like he's doing extremely well right now to be an NFL quarterback. But I just think in order for him to get over that hump with like the Aaron Rodgers and the Tom Brady's, then he has to try something new. And maybe it's the film. We don't know. We ain't on the inside. Maybe it's the film.
But my question is why? And again, you're right. We're not on the inside. So maybe Kyler just don't watch film. But I saw his teammate Zach Ertz defending him as well, saying, nah, like he knows the play, but he knows the stuff back in. So I don't know. Like we're not in there, so I can't really speak. But like I just feel it just feels weird to put that because that's not a common thing. You don't put that in most people's contract.
No,
so to me, if you're doing that, then are you saying he's not doing it enough? Or you're just saying, I don't care how much you've been watching it. We want to ensure that no matter what, you're at least doing it this much because X, Y, Z. Like, you think Tom Brady's ever had that in his contract? Aaron Rodgers ever had the contract? You think any of these Josh Allen, like any of these great quarterbacks today, they're not getting no minimum amount of hours or whatever that they must have each week. I just think it's weird. It's bad optics, I think. Like, I think intentions are cool, but it's just weird.
I think it did look bad, even though the money was good. It did look bad. And maybe they shouldn't have put it on blast like that.
I don't know how it got leaked.
I'm pretty sure it's a lot of quarterbacks where, there's some type of, requirement that they want their quarterbacks to do, or, the other position, safeties, cornerbacks, whatever, specifically, because I think film is a big part of the game, especially with everybody being so good at this point. I think, the ability to really rely on film and watch film helps you get over that hump. But then I also would say too, bro, to your point, when his teammate was talking, now if the Cardinals are coming at it as if he don't know the playbook, then that's a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like if they coming at him like his intelligence piece of like him like understanding the concept of their current playbook, then that's different. But as far as him scouting and looking at other teams and kind of being prepared of like tendencies and stuff like that, then that's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think ultimately, that's my last point. I think ultimately for me, it just comes down as if they don't trust their quarterback.
Yeah.
And if you don't trust your quarterback, then why is he getting $230.5 million? You know why? Because they had to. Because they know if they didn't pay him, somebody else is going to pay him. And they don't have nobody else to fall into.
Exactly.
Because he is great. And he's been doing a lot of great things at a young point. But I just think it comes off bad. It just makes it seem like y'all don't trust, because even me, and again, no one's ever invested millions of dollars into my football abilities, but just my experience, high school, college, whatever, coaches would say, hey, make sure you watch a film.
Yeah.
You say that. Like, it's not make sure you're watching exactly at least 4 hours of film. Like, that's just weird to me. Like, I don't know. Like, who came up with the number 4? Like, what was that about? Like, why not 2? Why not 6 then? Like, why? I don't know. This is a weird. I'm just curious on how. I want to know how that meeting went behind the scenes and whenever figuring out how many hours we want to put here in Kyler's contract to decide this is what he has to study. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust your quarterback. Don't you think he wants the ball out for himself as a competitor? He's been great at every level. The man went undefeated his career in Texas at the highest level of high school football, won a Heisman in college, could be drafted top 10 in the MLB. And he was drafted number 1 overall in the NFL. You think this man don't want to get better and watch film and do the things that come on? Like, I just think I think as Coach Limo would say, that's the one before the X. He gonna study. He gonna watch the tape. Okay, come on now.
So check this out, bro. So we bringing y'all a live update on the porch right now. So ESPN just said Cardinals remove independent study clause from Kyler Murray's $230.5 million contract.
You lying?
Yeah. So they just removed it. They said they called addendum a distraction. Which it is. I think it is a distraction. I'm glad they removed it, because like you said, it didn't look right. But at the same time,
they must have heard me, Bolo. They must have heard me on the porch.
They must have heard you, bro. So people probably gonna see this and say that, but like we live, we moving with the time. So I'm like, we seen it. So I'm glad they did remove it. So but I wouldn't have been mad if they kept it though. Because they could have been like, watching film is just so great, bro. That's like, it's such a great area. I know we got to jump into something else, but it's just such a great area. So watch some film could be 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And I get it's the league, but sometimes you still got to talk to these players like they in high school too, because sometimes even though they're making all this money, bro, sometimes they don't hold themselves as accountable as you think, bro, and watch enough film, bro, to be successful on Sundays. But that's just me. It could be, it can't be, but
now you're right. But my thing is, hey, if that's the case, let them go then. And if you don't, that means hey, deal with the consequences then. So
but like, bro, if I'm footing that bread, bro, I can make a request though.
and if I'm the player who's acquiring that bread, I can deny that request. And then what? Now what we gonna do?
Hence the cancellation of the addendum.
Yes, sir. Put the power in the player's hands. I love it. And hey, there's another big contract. Speaking of contracts, DK Metcalf just agreed to a 3-year, $72 million extension with the Seahawks. He has over $58 million guaranteed. But check this out. He has a $30 million signing bonus, which is the highest ever for a wide receiver. That means soon as he put that pen to the paper, $30 million.
Cash in my hand.
Imagine that, Bolo, real quick. Imagine you just sign the paper and put your name on there and get $30 million.
30 mil.
Off the rip.
30 big ones.
I don't know what I'm doing with that 30 mil.
Damn.
I'm going crazy with
30 mil, bro. Sidetrack, bro. Lottery up to $1 billion right now, bro.
Bro, I'm so glad you brought that up. I hit my chat up earlier today. I said, like, what's up? Like, should we all just get one and just see what happens? Like, it's $1 billion. It's one of them things where it's $1 billion.
The community eating.
And bro, like, I don't know about you, Bolo, but I'm blessed a little different. So I'm not gonna say I'm going to win, but I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be. God be blessing me crazy.
I wouldn't. Hey, look. I didn't got a couple quick picks, bro. I said I ain't even got no numbers. I said I'm just going here randomly and just go ahead and get it because God put my name on it.
Ooh man, bro, I might go to sleep tonight and just dream and whatever numbers I see.
Though. Bro, if I hit a bill, bro, I mean, I ain't even gonna say nothing though, because it's gonna people gonna want your head, bro. I'm gonna have to go get me a bodyguard. I'm gonna have to go get my lawyer, bro. That's the first thing I'm gonna do when I win, bro. To get my lawyer and lawyer up, bro. Somebody got to protect this my funds, bro. My assets, bro. Just
pay them taxes too off the rip. Might as well go and put that to the side. Crazy taxes.
That's a lot of money right there.
That's gonna be crazy. I saw a picture. Somebody won recently. He went to get his check with like a screen mask on and long sleeves and everything. Y'all feel him though?
Kinda outfit on, boy. You ain't gonna see who I am.
I'm going there dressed like Batman. You ain't gonna see nothing. I'm pulling up.
Hell yeah.
Hot in the mud, breathing in the mask. But yeah, man.
You're talking about DK though. DK.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, signed the highest signing bonus of a receiver in NFL history. What are your thoughts? I mean, DK still, a young receiver in this league, has been very impressive, obviously. But just what are your thoughts on that type of contract? Do you think he deserved it? You think it's too soon? Talk to me.
I think it's too soon. I think they paid him based on his potential. I think he is trending. Let me see real quick. So also too, y'all got to look at the quarterback he had. He had one of the best quarterbacks that we've seen in our decade throw him the ball too. So I want to see a guy like him respond when he gets like a subpar quarterback where he's now making the quarterback better. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was that situation where DK was making Russell better, but I think, Russell was putting balls in places for him to go get, you know what I mean? Based on like skill set, you know what I'm saying? So I think everything did work out in his favor, essentially. But now since that Russell's gone, they need somebody to be the face of, the Seahawks. I think they went ahead and just paid him based on that potential because I mean, he had 3,100 career yards, bro. He only had 1 year over 1,000 yards, bro, and that was in 2020. So I'm really curious to really understand why. And my only thought is, based on the potential and what he can do, in his latter years. So,
nah, for sure, man. I feel you. I do think I mean, he's an amazing talent. You look at his, just his physically, his body. He's ridiculous. He's amazing speed. I always think about that chase down on Buda Baker. Buda Baker caught the interception. Just to see that type of speed on a football field at that size is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I agree with you. I just think, he's put up some impressive numbers for considering he's only been 3 years. You remember also Russell Wilson got hurt last year as well, like midway through the season. He was playing with like Geno Smith, who's a decent quarterback. He's decent. He's a veteran, good backup. And I just think for them, they lost Russ. They lost, a lot of their just those veterans, right? That they've had for so long. And I just think they just needed some type of star for not just the team, but for the Seattle community to just be like, to kind of come together with, you know what I'm saying? Like to be like, all right, like this is our guy. Like I feel like DK's gonna be like their Russell in a sense, like in his own way, like just that staple for the team moving forward. And they lost Bobby Wagner to the Rams, who's been a long time, guy for the team. I know he's on defense, but my point is just saying, like, in a locker room, you want to have those staples, those guys, and you lost. You have voice, right? You lose Bobby, you lose Russ, you lose it. So I feel like during that rebuilding stage, and DK is kind of moved into like a veteran type of role, or as silly as that sound, but going into his 4th season, I mean, yeah, he's kind of in that mature type position now where he's had experience and he's shown what he's capable of. In a full season with a good QB. So I think they was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and pay him. And I'll say this too. The market dictates what you get paid. So when your contract is up, and I believe DK was still in his rookie deal. So I can't remember if this 4th year deal was like, if they could have waited and after that 4th year before they paid him or what. But the market dictates what you get paid at the position that you're in. So receivers are getting paid X amount. If the last highest paid receiver was getting paid X amount, when it's your time, when your contract is up and it's your time to get paid and you've put up crazy numbers, you're just going to get paid with a little bit more than whatever the last paid person was. It just keeps climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing. You know what I mean? Same thing with QBs every single year. You know what I mean? Like whoever got paid the most last, okay, the next great quarterback, when their contract is up, they're going to get paid more. I bet when Lamar contract, I don't know if they're going to franchise them this season and then figure it out next year, or I don't know when they're going to decide it, but whenever Lamar Jackson officially gets paid, it's going to be more than what colleges got paid. You're going to get more guaranteed dollars. It's going to be bigger contract because he's just next up. So like a lot of people argue, like, are these players worth it? Are these players, have they earned it? It's not fully about have they earned it. It's about, okay, are they great? Yes. Are they needed for this team? Yes. Is it their time to get paid? Yes. If we don't pay them, will another team pay them? Yes. So these teams get caught between a rock and a hard place, and it's like, well, the market is what the market is, and we have to pay them because if we don't, we're gonna lose them, and we don't want to lose them. So I think that's kind of what happened with DK. I'm pretty sure going into his his 4th year of his rookie deal, they probably could just went ahead and played it out and then figured it out after the season. But you don't even want to. They was like, no, well, let's not even deal with that. Let's not worry about him being a free agent and let's not get no other teams involved. Let's just go ahead, pay him right now, show him that we believe in him, so we can go to the season and he's focused, he's locked in, he ain't got to worry about no money, he got nothing to prove, and we can just go
play football.
Play football, bro.
No, bro, that's definitely a good take, bro. Especially that was a different spin, bro. Because sometimes you just think about, just kind of like the holistic kind of, view of it of like, damn, they paying them all this money, but not you're not looking at the market. Like, it's not about that. It's about like where that person is now. It's always kind of like it's inflation. Like everything always continue to increase. So the wide receiver is definitely getting the bag, bro.
100%. I love it. I'm all for players getting paid as much as you go through as an athlete. Man, get as much money as you can. Football, NFL stands for not for long. So get as much money as you can to impact your life, your family life, and generations to come. So, get that bread. It's not about if you're the best player at that position. It's just about what the market is at that time. You know what I mean? So It is what it is. What it is. It is what it is. Bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then kind of last topic here, man. It's not even like this is more of a fun thing. Did you see Aaron Rodgers walking into the first day of camp, walking to the stadium?
Man, I did, bro. He had the beater on with the slick back, like he just threw some gel and shit out the shower.
Yeah,
with his boots on and some jeans, some Wrangler boys,
blue jeans, looking like John Wick. Like I'm like this man
did look like John Wick. He look silly though. Look, you see a dude like that on the street, you be like, man, who the hell is this dude, man? Not knowing he's stepping on the field on Sundays, boy. Lights out, throwing dimes, boy. You would never know.
That's how you know you a 2-time MVP. That's how you know you just got the utmost confidence. You just walk in, bro. He's like, let me throw this beater on, man. He's James. I ain't even
get the comb back. He just combed it straight to the back.
You know he's in there like this in the bathroom, slicking the hair back. Putting some of that, put some of that. I wonder what he put in his hair to get it down like that.
This shit probably just got wet and he just slicked
his water. It just stay like that.
Yeah, it should just stay like that.
How you do it, Bolo? One brush.
Brush, that shit go straight back.
That's hilarious, man. He came in with them blue jeans.
I did want to ask you this, bro, before we move into our last topic of the day. So Julio Jones, he with Tom Brady.
Oh, I'm glad you brought this up.
Right? So Julio Jones with Tom Brady. So the question that I've been thinking on, bro, why isn't there like a big emphasis on like superstars joining forces in the NFL like it is the conversation in the NBA?
Ooh, that's a fire question. I didn't know you was about to go there. I love that.
Bro, because I've seen so many situations, bro, where I see superstars. Bobby Wagner, that's a conversation, bro. You know what I'm saying? Von Miller, you know what I'm saying? Those are conversations that I feel like don't get had. But if you translate them guys to the NBA, you know what I'm saying? It's a conversation. You know, analysts are going crazy and people are arguing and getting into fights, bro, because people joining superstar teams, bro. And we all know people like teams like the Bills, teams like the Rams, within their respective rights, they are superstar teams. And you got superstars joining those teams, but people like, oh yeah, let's you know what I mean? That's what's up. Like, but ain't no kickback there though.
That's a great question. That's a great point, man. So my opinion on it, I think football is the ultimate team sport. There's 11 positions on both sides of the field. So although, yeah, you are correct. And like you look at a roster like the Rams, the Bucks, the Bills and Chiefs, or even and be like, man, this is a superstar. This is a loaded team. But it's just it's different in football. It's such a team sport that I don't even care about who the names are necessarily on your team. How well do they all gel together as 11 men on that field at the same time? And I think when it comes to basketball, it's a team sport, of course, but it's 5 guys on that court. And at the end of the day, man, you know, a lot of time, not all the time, but a lot of times, if you have that two just dogs, they changing the whole scope of the entire team. Whereas football, you could have 4 stars on the team and be trash. You know what I'm saying? Not make the playoffs. You can have 6 stars on the team because it's so much more needed in order for that thing to go. You know what I'm saying? So that is a great point, though. But I also wanted this, though, Bolo, because, yes, you mentioned like Julio, you know, another name that comes to mind, like a Jalen Ramsey when he joined the Rams. You mentioned Bobby Wagner, some of these star players joining already, you know, well-run, great teams. Those are good examples, but I feel like we haven't seen too many examples of like a great like quarterback joining an already like great team. And I feel like if that happened, I could see the media going into a frenzy and making more of like that basketball comparison. So I'm trying to think like if it was possible. I know Mahomes in a long-term contract, but just for example purposes, if Mahomes could just leave and say, you know what, I'm going to the Rams. You know, if he could just do that, and they just won a Super Bowl last year, and he just joined the Rams, I think media would be on Mahomes' head a little bit, like, dang, like, so you guys won with the Chiefs, but then it started getting kind of tough, and then you jump ship and jump on the next hottest team. I think quarterbacks get treated like NBA stars do. I don't think other players in the NFL get treated like that. If you're a star defensive end or receiver, you're not treated like NBA stars. But a star quarterback, I think, gets treated like the NBA stars do.
Yeah, that's true. Because they the face. They the conversation. If anything, they always going to talk about the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That make a lot of sense though. I feel you on that one.
That's a fire take though. See, I thought you were about to go another route. So real quick on the Julio, I know he's a little older. I know last year he didn't really make a lot of noise. I think he's been doing some injuries last few years. But man, seeing Julio and Brady together just brings back those memories, man. That undefeated squad with the Patriots, that Randy Moss and Brady squad. And listen, I'm not saying Julio is Randy Moss. I'm not saying he's going to perform to the exact same level. But if you guys remember, when Randy Moss jumped on the Patriots, he had just had a tough year with the Raiders, and people wasn't for sure if he was like on the downside, if he was washed or whatever. And then he came out and I think he had 21 touchdowns, I think, that year, and they broke all types of offensive records. So don't be shocked if Julio Jones comes out here, him and Brady get a strong connection, Julio stays healthy, and they're putting up crazy numbers. So
and it's crazy because you can't guard and double everybody. You got Mike Evans, you got Godwin. You're gonna have to pick your poison. You know what I'm saying? So at any point, all three of them, somebody gonna get their coins. Somebody gonna get theirs. You know what I mean?
Somebody gonna win.
Somebody gonna win.
So that's exciting, man. I cannot wait. Like we said, fall is coming up. It's approaching us, and I can't wait to watch some football. Are you ready for some football? Oh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But let's move on to our what would you do scenario. I got it going for us today, man. But I'm gonna have you answer it first. I'm gonna give my opinion. So here we go. Imagine this. You're out to eat with the homies. You're not that hungry. You just really going out to just kind of, indulge in good conversation, see your boys. So you just order an appetizer and one drink. Let's say your total price came out to $25. Pretty low, pretty cheap. The homies, on the other hand, they came in here, they starving. They getting entrees, appetizers, they're ordering multiple drinks, and a dessert at the end. The total ends up coming up to $200. And the homies say, you know what? Let's just split it, which increases your total from that $25 that you ordered to now your side is $60. What would you do?
Bro. So that's a good question. So I was thinking about it. At first I was like, hell no, like I ain't gonna do that. But it depends. Like if you out kicking it, and sometimes now $25 to $60, that's pretty significant. But there have been times where I ain't trying to be overcomplicated, right? If we want to split stuff in half just so we can like shrink time, like so everybody ain't trying to do crazy math. Like I'll split it if the bill maybe is like, maybe $30, $35, maybe $5 to $10 extra. That's cool. Like I ain't tripping because people got to tip anyway. So, I'll tip pretty decent anyway. So I really wouldn't trip on that. But 25 to 60 though, that's just inconsiderate, bro. Like all my homies know me. So I don't even think that'll be a situation where somebody be inconsiderate and know that I got a couple drinks in the bill that much. And, I'm paying, essentially all this money for a little bit of stuff that I received, bro. So, bro, hell no, bro, I ain't going. But maybe $5 to $10 though, cool. I ain't gonna trip over that just because it's easy for them to take the bill, whatever. But, bro, $40 difference, bro, hell no.
My boy said, my homies know me. They ain't gonna put me in that position. But nah, I feel you. I definitely feel you, man. Especially out here in LA, a lot of times they just bring out one bill. So like you are right. It's like, man, just for convenience purposes, all right, let's just figure out how we can just split it and figure it out. But I just feel like, nah, bro, if I only got one drink, one appetizer, there's no way. Like I'm seeing y'all didn't order 2-3 drinks, y'all didn't get appetizer, entree. There's no way this is like an even thing. There's no way. So like I just couldn't do it. In that scenario, I'm gonna have to be difficult. Call me cheap, call me broke, call me whatever you want to call me. It ain't about the money, it's the principle at that point. It's like it don't even make sense. It's just not fair. So I'm just not doing it. So I'm gonna have to shake. Y'all gonna if I'm paying that 60, y'all giving me gas money. I'm
cash apping me, you selling me something.
I'm taking y'all to go plate to my crib. Anything y'all didn't finish, the dessert, the appetizer we didn't finish, the nachos y'all got over there, y'all ain't finished. Them dang on fried pickles over there. I ain't finished. Like something is going with me because there's no way I gotta make the 60 make sense. I'm from the hood, bro. I'm from somewhere, bro. We grew up real boom, 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 cheap, straightforward, low, like
boom, 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 boom. Cheap,
you know what I mean? So I gotta make like even as I'm getting money and stuff now, mentally stuff gotta just make sense. Or I'm not gonna feel right. I'll be at home like, what did I spend?
Bro, even if I was a millionaire, bro, check this out, bro. That's just the even if I was a millionaire, bro. And even I ain't a millionaire now, you know, I got it, but it's just
I let them know, Bolo.
You gotta let them know. Gotta let them know though. But I'm just saying though, like, it's just the principle of it though. Like, you know what I mean? Respect, you know, that's a respect thing, like at the end of the day.
Yeah, so homies, if y'all listening in, bro, don't even put us in that position because we letting you know right now, it's just not gonna happen. So,
bro, it's so funny, bro. Before we end the show, we'll probably talk about it. It's a little cliffhanger. We might have to talk about it on the next show, bro. I've been seeing this thing going around social media. This girl was mad at her guy that went on a date with her because he didn't pay for her friends.
Oh, I did see that. She was going off.
She was going off on Buddy because he didn't want to pay for her friends. I was like, the nerve, though. Like the nerve, bro. Like, so we gotta definitely talk about that on the next show, man. So make sure y'all tune in to the next show because we definitely gonna get hot with that one.
Oh, we are, man. 100%. Make sure you write that down, Bolo, so we do not forget that one for sure. I got some opinions on that right now, but I'm gonna save them, keep them in the chamber for the next Porch episode, man. But hey, we appreciate y'all as usual. Make sure if you haven't subscribed to us on our YouTube channel, subscribe now. It's at The Porch Podcast. If you're not following us on IG, come on, please, y'all. It's The Porch Podcast _ and even on TikTok. We try to get them TikTok numbers going crazy. Again, it's The Porch Podcast. And of course, all audio platforms, whether it's Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple, wherever you stream podcasts, man, you can find The Porch Podcast. Yeah. Leave a positive review, leave us some comments, and make sure that you download an episode, you subscribe, man. So, hey.
All that. Hey, y'all. Lastly, it don't cost $1 to show love, man. And just remember, the best you is the
best you. And we out. Peace.
Started on the porch, that was where it all began. Had to put in work, every day we got it in. We chased all our dreams and now they can't believe it. We make it look easy, we achieving everything we need. Now we undefeated.
Presented by Bet Online.